Have you ever wondered if your loadouts are the best they can be? Are you getting the most out of your weapons? Well, if you're not quite sure on either of those, then this is the perfect video for you to watch. I'm going to be going over two different versions of two meta loadouts for the Jakal PDW as well as the As Val weapon. I'm going to be showing you a Perk Greed version of the loadout as well as a Gunfighter version of the loadout. The As Val Gunfighter Loadout at the end of the video is going to be the one you want the most. But that's not to say that this Jakal is not a run and gun monster. So as I said, if either of those two questions at the beginning had you questioning it, so don't let me try and sell you with words. Watch this clip to the end and you'll see why you're going to want to have both of these weapons to up your KD.
Rush time's free. Concussion grenade. Frag.
Yeah, pretty good, right? And I'm just an average player. So any of you using these weapons at a higher skill level can just pop off in the match. So before we get too deep into it, be sure to hit that like, subscribe, as well as the bell to be updated on future videos that I make. And also the past videos I've made. You're gonna wanna see this, so let's get right into it. So starting strong, we're gonna start with the Perk Greed version of the Jakal PDW. So the Jakal PDW is going to be a run and gun gamer's dream. This weapon and loadout were designed with omni movement at its core. So for the Perk Greed version of this weapon, we are going to have the compensator for the muzzle, the long barrel for the barrel, the vertical foregrip for the underbarrel, the ergonomic grip for the rear grip, and the infiltrator stock for the stock. This gun is going to do two things very well. It will outshoot most other weapons while engaging into a fight from a slide, and will hold its own at a medium distance engagement. Like I said before, this gun has omni movement at its biggest selling point. We're going to run the Grakova as our secondary. We're going to run Stim for our tactical, allowing you to heal up between those engagements that you just weren't ready for. Frag Grenade for your lethal, as well as Assault Pack for your field upgrade, allowing you to re-up on your stims, your lethals, as well as your ammo while playing in those tight quarter engagements. For the Perk 1, we're going to run Dexterity. Perk 2, we're going to run Assassin. Perk 3, we're going to run Double Time. For Perk Greed, we're going to be using Shadow, and that is because this weapon relies heavily on repositioning that you don't want to be caught off guard and worrying about mines or traps. You can keep your focus straight ahead and onto the next enemy, abusing the Assassin perk while you're at it. This gun is pretty sick, but it definitely gets a lot stronger with the Gunfighter perk equipped. So that's what we're going to go over next. So now we're going to be going over to Jakal with the Gunfighter perk equipped. It's still going to revolve around sliding from place to place, engaging with an aggressive behavior. This setup will allow you to pull up faster than your enemies, while also giving you the ease of taking out enemies who decide to re-challenge you. The attachments are going to be the Kepler Microflex for the scope. This will help you engage for those longer range fights with ease. The compensator for the muzzle, the long barrel for the barrel, the vertical foregrip for the underbarrel, extended mag 1 for the magazine, allowing for multiple kills in a single engagement. The ergonomic grip as well as the infiltrator stock for the stock and recoil springs for the fire mod. These attachments build strongly off the Perk Greed version of the gun and just give a bit more mid-range engagement potential while still being a very mobile class. So your secondary is still going to be the Grakova, Stims for your tactical, frags for your lethal, or Simtex, whichever you prefer, Assault Pack for your field upgrade, as well as the perks are going to be about the same as well, except you're going to lose out on Shadow. So Perk 1 will still be Dexterity, Perk 2 is still Assassin, Perk 3 is still Double Time. These perks pair well with this gun, allowing you to run and gun, jump around, slide around, do whatever, while still having full control of this weapon. You could even change out the Shadow perk if you want to Gung Ho, allowing you to sprint, reload, without it interrupting your flow of game. So we're almost at the gun you really want to see, but before that we're going to go over the Perk Greed version, because we're not going to leave anyone out. Some people enjoy their guns being overpowered, some people enjoy their kits being overpowered. So we're going to go over the Perk Greed version of the As Val first. So the As Val is a highly mobile weapon while maintaining a very fast TTK. You won't get around as quickly as the Jakal from earlier, but your TTK is even faster than that of the Jakal. What I've learned is that this gun can easily take the slot of any SMG in many instances. So for the As Val Perk Greed version, we are going to be running the suppressed long barrel, allowing you to stay off radar while flanking your enemies, the vertical foregrip for the underbarrel, extended mag 2 for taking out 4 or more enemies in a single go, the commando grip for the rear grip, and recoil springs to try and smooth out that recoil over a distance. The gun isn't too strong in the mid-range department, but it fares alright. That's why the Gunfighter perk with the optic is a huge boost while using this weapon. For the secondary, we will use the Grakova, stems for tactical, grenades for lethal, assault pack for the field upgrade. The perks are going to be dexterity for perk 1, assassin for perk 2, and double time for perk 3. Now that we have perk greed, we will throw on gung ho, giving us the upper hand in our close engagements. Like I said, this gun is for the running and gunning with some medium engagements in between. Now for the loadout you've all been waiting for, the As Val Gunfighter Loadout. We are going to start this loadout with the AccuSpot Reflex for the optic. I use the Kepler myself, and that's because I enjoy the closer engagements. But for you to boost the mid-range fighting, the AccuSpot is what you're going to want to use. We will then use the suppressed long barrel for the barrel. As I've stated before, this will allow you to sneak by the enemies and engage without ever being noticed. The vertical foregrip for the underbarrel, extended mag 2 for the magazine, commando grip for the rear grip, infiltrator stock for the stock, and the Sturlock laser for the laser. And yes, this is a must. There have been many times where this laser saved me from going down. Just slam the trigger in a panic situation and whoever's in front of you is going to go down. It's amazing to say the least. And yes, I was very skeptical on using this with the gun, but putting it on, I'm a believer. And finally, the recoil springs, again for the fire mod, to help ease the pain of the recoil this gun outputs. Secondary is going to be the Grakova pistol, and like I said, no other secondary beats this. You can check out my last meta video for the loadout of this gun. It just beams in those tight situations if you don't have time to reload. Stem for tactical, frag for lethal, as well as the assault pack for the field upgrade. The perks we will run are pretty much the same as the original. Perk 1 will be dexterity, perk 2 will be assassin, and perk 3 will be double time. With this setup, you just won't lose. Give it a go and watch how you outmatch your enemies in multiplayer. Now if you enjoyed this video and learned something from it, you should take a look at my last meta loadout video I just posted the other day. It goes over some further ranged weapons like the XM4 that just absolutely has no recoil whatsoever. Honestly, very broken weapon in my opinion. So without wasting any more time, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell on the way out. You guys have a good one. See y'all later. Peace.